Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. In front of us we have the Prunus J-361WB. This is an AM, FM, weather band, Bluetooth, MP3 player, emergency portable radio. You can find this selling on Amazon USA for $19.99 at the making of this video. Represents a decent bargain. So what you get? Here's the box, Prunus, simple model number, cool graphic. Yep. Took everything out of the box. Let's see what we get. Throw that aside. We get to start a show. Yeah, it's a red brick. Love it. Well, $20, right? We get a cable charging. So we have a USB to USB-C. Nice. I like the length. Good to have that. Then we have the user manual, which I guess we'll page through in case you lose yours. I think it's pretty simple to operate this radio, but I'll go over some particulars, some precautions if you're interested. Product introduction, all the stuff that's going on. There you are. One interesting thing is the USB port acts as a USB reader, so it'll read MP3 files off of it, and it also acts as your output to charge phones. Kind of interesting, and I'll do a demo of that in this video. Product specs. We get a built-in lithium battery, but don't let that fool you because this radio sports a dual battery bay with removable batteries, which is awesome, and it shows it right here. So you can put two AA's in, plus you can change the 18650 on the inside. Nice. There you go. You got a solar panel. Sweet deal there. We're almost through the thing here. Got a hand crank, dynamo. Okay. Spin away. Yeah. You get the idea. Okay. Just going through here. Band select switches. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, the only thing I had to figure out was how to get the power bank to work. I don't think it said it in the manual, I just kind of had to figure out on my own. There you are. So Bluetooth mode. Alright. Some people will ask why a radio has a Bluetooth mode. Well, I don't know why it should. I think having an MP3 mode is cool because, power's out and you ain't finding much on the radio. At least you can put on some music files you like. It's kind of a neat feature. Reading lamp, cool. And even sports a headphone jack. Nice. Alright. Okay, cool. Let's go over dimensions of the 361. So we have a length, including the front of the flashlight here, of 6 3/8 of an inch. We have a height of 3.5 inches. Then we have a depth front to back that includes the knobs to the back of the dynamo here of 2 7/8 of an inch, or almost 3 inches. We'll do a size comparison. We have CC Pocket in the house. Current time is 11:50. It's PM, Central Standard Time, in Chicago, Illinois, USA, for the sake of any band scans we do, which we probably will. Try to cover the bands and this kind of demo this radio. CC Skywave 2. Okay, cool. And then we have a deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves Prunus graphics all day long, man. He's a fan of the Iron Man. Wait, he is Iron Man. Who loves his Chinese radios, man? You get the idea, right? Deck of cards. Alright, rock and roll. I love Todderbert's channel. Subscribe. Yeah, I know that's pretty lame, but you gotta do it. Alright, so feature-wise, let's put a board down so we can see what's going on with this radio. Red on red, it's a little hard to see what's going on there. We'll zoom it on down. Get up close and personal here. Alright, great. So, the radio. Go to the left-hand side, you can see it's got a flashlight. It's not the greatest. Got a button right here, turn it on. So I'll click on. It's the one motor. It's alright. It's got a bluish tint to it. Let's see if I got another deck of cards here to show you guys. There we go. I mean, a little different deck, huh? I love my cards. Anyway, there you go. Okay. Also, we have a reading lamp. So the reading lamp, there's a button down the bottom that says push. So you push it, you can see there's a hinge here. Hinges up. And it's got a panel there. You got 10 LEDs. A nice little reading lamp. So to access that same light button, instead of just single pressing to turn that light on and off, you press and hold. to turn on the flood lamp, and then single click to turn it off. So yeah, this flood lamp, I really like this reading lamp. It's nice. So you can like pivot it all the way up here. You can have it aiming this way. That's kind of cool. Press and hold. Nice. So you could have it jetting out this way. Maybe in lantern mode. You could also aim it up towards the ceiling. That's nice. And of course you could have it as a standard reading lamp. Put something underneath there. Pretty bright for a reading lamp. Don't think you'll need much more than that. So then, yeah, single press off. And then what I do, instead of just slapping it shut, because it'll probably break off that little plastic thing, just push the little tab up. See how it moves it? And then you close it and then let go of the little tab. And it locks in. That's the way to do it so you don't wear that out. There you go. Going to the front of the radio, we have that light button. We have our MP3 controls. We have backtrack, rewind, pause, play, and then track forward or fast forward. With the MP3 player, it only remembers the current track you're on, not the position within the track. For a rudimentary player, not a bad deal. Prunus model number J-361WB. Our speaker grill is plastic, and there is a nice 2-inch speaker behind there that has decent volume to it. A lot of these emergency radios have a very tinny speaker. This one's not so bad. Our dial is kind of on an angle, which I don't know if you'll be a fan of. There's not much dial accuracy, so you pretty much go by ear with this one. But as you can see, we've got a volume on-off control.
Bluetooth mode.
Okay, and then get radio. Cool. You get the idea, right? So we'll turn that off. I'll zoom it on in. So up on top here, we have a band select switch. So we have FM, middle, AM, all the way over weather band. So we'll probably put on AM band, I'm thinking. We'll cruise the AM band. And our dial there. You can see we've got a white indicator. Above that, we have FM, 87 to 108, weather band. And then below it, we have a medium wave band of 530 to 1710. It is 10 kilohertz step, which is nice. So there you go. And down here was our radio mode. So we have the music mode for Bluetooth, MP3 playback. And then in the middle, we have the radio. And over here, we have SOS. Now, SOS fires a siren. It's kind of cool. It sounds like a police chasing you. I got to do this real quick because my wife's sleeping. That's awesome. Riding your bike, put this in the front. That's what I would do if I was younger. It's pretty fun. But yeah. So another thing I should note here, the music mode. So if you're in the music mode, now your power bank will be active if you turn the radio on and you don't have a USB thumb drive inserted. So if you wanted to use a power bank function, plug in a power cable, turn the radio on, and start charging your device. That's how you do it. And I'll demo that in a little second here. So there you go. That's the front. The bottom has little feet, so it stands up nicely. Solar panel on top. We have a carry handle. We have our antenna here, which is 14 inches. And I believe it swivels. Yep. Pivots up and swivels. That's nice to have if you're trying to get some good reception. The back side here, we have a rubber jacket for kind of waterproofing these a little bit. Water resistant. We can see you got the USB-C input for charging the 18650 battery. And charge status light will light when it's charging. I noticed about 2/3 of an amp, so 600 milliamps charge rate. Headphone jack. So headphone jack experience. Expect a low level hiss and slight audio at the lowest setting. Just ever so slightly. It's not a big deal. FM, expect weak lows, typical with an emergency radio. Moderate mids, strong highs. On the AM band, expect a mid-range neutral tone, which is pleasing to the ears. In the weather band, expect a low neutral tone, which is acceptable. Power LED lights red when the radio's on. There's USB output and thumb drive support. And you can see it says 5-volt output of a 0.5 amp. And then below it is our micro SD card. Now, I recommend using a thumb drive. The micro SD card doesn't sit flush in there. It sticks out. So unfortunately, you can't push your rubber jacket closed and store one there. So yeah, it's just, if you're going to use this, just use like a mini thumb drive, which I'm going to use here in a little bit. Okay, I talked about the top of the radio already. Nice. Go to the back of the radio. We got our dynamo. It's a little small one. It's kind of tough to move. So yeah, it's hard to do on camera because this thing's really tough to move. But you get the idea, right? Yeah. Enough of that. Now, the battery compartment I'm not going to open up because, boy, is that a pain on camera. So I'm going to put a picture up here of the battery compartment in a moment. See, there's 2 Phillips screws to open it up. We got a tag there. So I'll bring up the picture. So as you can see in the picture, Above there we have spot for 2 AA batteries, and below it is an 18650 unprotected button top, 2500 milliamp hour capacity. Notice that's pretty nice. You can swap it out, put a new battery in. I love the fact that you can change this battery. So awesome. Okay, let's go back to the radio. Yeah, I thought I'd show you that picture because this is on camera way hard to open up. I mean, take the 2 screws out and you got to push like this down, and it's really tight fitting. So I'd be struggling with it. But cool stuff. Yeah, and you can upgrade that battery too. 2500 is pretty good already. I don't think I'll upgrade too much. I mean, here's 3000s. If you want some backup, they sell 2 packs of these for $12. I'll have links to this if I remember to put them there in the comment section as well. But yeah, nice to have those. Okay, so that's pretty much it for that. Let's talk about band reception reports for during the day, and then we'll have fun cruising this thing in the evening. So let's go ahead, set this down. So we have FM reception report. Did pretty well. I have a 5-tier method: fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. This scored a 3-star rating, good. On sensitivity, I found 60 stations, and selectivity was fairly good as well. Probably due to the extra length on the antenna, 14-inch is pretty nice. Daytime AM reception. I noticed that it was really good for locals and semi-locals all the way up to around 1490. I got Iron Country, which is awesome. But after that, I got nothing. So it kind of died or fell off during the day after 1500 kilohertz. So if you're wondering if you're going to get your stations past 1500, you probably won't. I don't know why it's like that, just the way it is. There are some inexpensive radios that do that. It's not a big deal for me, but it might be for some others. Daytime weather band reception, amazing. It found 6 out of 7 channels, which is above average, because typically average is around 3 to 4 stations. So rocking for an emergency radio. Love it. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll do a music demo. Then we'll do the power bank demo, and then we'll cruise the band. So let's go ahead and set the music. And I'm going to use like a little thumb drive. So we're going to plug it in there. We're just going to pull this little rubber jacket down. Can't swivel it out of the way, so I can kind of hold it. And we'll line this up, plug it in. I like using these little low profile thumb drives. They're nice, but you just can't close the thing. Nah, no big deal. All right, so let's go turn this on and have some fun.
Play by USB drive.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Johnson's Wax Program. And at the same time, it'll make them laugh.
While if a rancher didn't have the cattle he promised to deliver, he'd try to buy or borrow it from some friend of his. But sometimes on account of drought or rustling or a freezing winter, that might be hard to do. I remember one time California and I were finding it that way. Have nothing but bad luck, and we'd been traveling a hard trail, a long, long way from the Bar 20.
Doggone it. How much longer are we going to be eating this alkali dust, Hobby?
See that blue sky straight ahead of these twin buttes we're riding through?
Yeah.
Well, as soon as we get there, we drop down into one of the sweetest little cattle ranches in all Montana.
We've seen plenty of ranches in this trip, Hoppy. What we need is the right folks to do business with.
There you go. Cool. So, yeah, MP3 player rocking. So let's go ahead and do a demo of the power bank function. I want to mention that I did test the radio for its draw while you're on FM radio at medium volume. It draws about 75 milliamps, so you can expect about a 30 to 33 hour runtime on the included battery. Not bad. So over 30 hours, I like that. So I just want to mention that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a power bank test. I have a meter here. These little guys, and we're going to hook it up to a radio with someone to charge. So it's got a USB to a USB-C output. We're just going to plug it in here. Now we turned off the radio. We're in the music mode. Plugging this in, so let's line that up. Make sure we're in the right way there. Okay. And I'm going to bring a radio in. We're going to leave the display so you can see what's going on. And what do I got handy? I got an XH data radio. Here we go. A D808. Awesome. So if you need your single sideband emergency, you can do it. Mainly you hook up a phone, but right now all my phones are charged, so we'll use this. So I'm going to plug in the emergency radio to this radio. So there's the USB-C to USB-C. And then what we'll do is turn on the radio initiate charging. So we'll turn this on. It's going to light that up and it's going to start charging. As you can see there, it's about 4.8, so it drops down a little bit and it's doing about a half amp. And over here you can see, I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah, you can see a little battery icon where it's blinking. That's showing a charge. It's taking a charge. Nice. So there. Gives you an idea. Now, if you go any faster, it's a half amp or the device is pulling. This might draw down even further the voltage, so just keep that in mind. This is good if you're just trying to get a quick text out an emergency on a phone. At least you have the ability to do it. So that's how you do it. You music mode and turn the radio on once your power's hooked up. There you go. Just disconnect any kind of thumb drive you may have. Otherwise, it'll start playing the music off the thumb drive. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and just turn that off. Turns off the charge feature. We'll unplug that and we'll go do some radio mode. All right, so I just wanted to demo that. It's kind of cool. All right. Plug that back in here. I think that lines up with that little USB jack, right? If I can get it to line up now. Yeah, nice. Okay. So we're going to go to the bottom of the band. We'll start off in the AM band. So we're in the middle there. Turn it on. Go to radio mode. Whoops, don't want to fire the siren. There we go. AM, alright.
Easy to make. You just stir it into hot milk and voila, you just made yourself the best hot.
So I notice on some strong stations during the day and the evening here, you will get some slight distortion on the signal. Not bad, it's there. For an emergency radio, not a big deal. You're only going to use it ever so often, and you're probably just going to have the weather band on, but just so you know.
Holiday fun with visitors from all over the world. We can click our glasses and wish each other.
Oh yeah, I'll do a pop-up for that. WTVN, did he say? I don't know. I'll have to listen to that again, but that's cool. 610. All right. Coast to Coast is coming on. Oh, this is 650 Nashville, Tennessee. This is 434 miles southeast.
Night long. It's Late Nights with Lexi Carter on WSF.
Different styles, two very types of superstars, but it is a rematch. of the 19...
So 670, the score, WCR Chicago, local. So yeah, I am located near Chicago, Illinois, USA, for the sake of the band scan. It is currently midnight, or 12:07 a.m. Central Standard Time, and it's December 2025.
And there's no question in my mind, based on how much of an extrovert... With only 1 day recovery, I'm Advent...
It's always interesting when I tell people, I go, well, once you're autumn, when your leaves change...
How weak housing has been lately, we don't think that's going to change anytime soon. It's not a strong...
Hospital after a shooting at Sydney, Australia's Bondi Beach. Again, friends, as you well know, at least...
The air is dry, takes it out of you. This weekend, I thought I was going to have a relapse of my illness. And
the entrance antiphon for the Mass for the third Sunday of Advent and comes direct.
This is 9:30. Get to see the scale right here.
To the Philippians, rejoice in the Lord always.
Necessary application. And producer Michelle Singer-Reiner.
The news of our good friends.
In the midst of that, what is an absolute put a team on his back.
Okay, so expected just for some locals and some semi-locals. Like during the day, picked up quite a bit, up to 1,500. It's doing the same thing now, where it just falls off at the end after 1,500. So that's what to expect. Nothing spectacular, but at least it works. It's not too bad. All right, let's go to FM. So we're going to FM. All right, and then we'll go ahead. Actually, I should go to weather band. Let's do weather band first. Yeah, so above average during the day. Let's do this during the night. Now I'm going to extend this. Hooking up a wire. Now this wire is good for helping out with indoor reception if you're indoors and you don't want to go outdoors with the radio. I'm in a subfloor basement. I'm hooking up a 22-foot wire that goes to the inside of my window blinds, about 5 feet that way. So, yep. I'll give us some reception here. So let's go ahead and go to the weather band. Here we can pick up. Now there's a lot of travel before the first station kicks in.
lot of people.
So I can pick it up.
Here is the nearshore marine forecast. Small craft advisory in effect from 9 a.m. Central Standard Time Tuesday through late Tuesday night. At Green Bay it was clear. 5 to 10 knots backing south. In Rockford it was partly cloudy. In 12. At South Bend it was partly cloudy. Statement. Spotter activation will not be needed. Now here is the hazardous weather outlook for the rain and snow in the afternoon. Breezy with highs in the lower 40s. Temperature falling into the lower 30s in the afternoon. Tuesday night, southwest winds to 30 knots becoming west. Waves 10 to 14 feet, occasionally to 18 feet, subsiding to 7 to... Partly cloudy in the morning, then becoming mostly cloudy. Highs in the upper 20s. Friday night, mostly cloudy. Lows in the lower 20s. Temperature rising.
So there you go. I got quite a bit. Was that 6? I think that was 6. Yeah. Channel 1 starts about here. It's really weird. But yeah. Hey, it works. Great for weather reception. Love it. So cool. Go ahead and we'll go to the FM band and finish this up. So we'll go down here. Go to the FM band, which is all the way this way. So, okay.
They couldn't fit me somewhere else, but I laboured there and I enjoyed it.
With truth and grace.
Stand at this point in time that there was 9 minutes from when the first shot rang out.
The trimmings, the laser are twinkling the world.
God was going to
understand at this point in time that there was 9 minutes.
No, I can live forever.
Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes, in our office, open your...
From Pennsylvania, folks are traveling. I'm homesick for heaven.
Sets are covered in diamonds.
Yeah, well, you know, this
is Christmas in Killarney with all of... I don't wanna know. Have a jolly Christmas in the heart. Time that we're talking about this long. Better off as strangers. I was barely alive. Come on, my mates. Trash got a pocket full of cash. We get.
You're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your... Hey, Chicago.
Place to get.
Okay, right here. This station is 105.5. You can see we're pretty much off on dial accuracy, but again, I'm not going to expect a whole ton at $19. So yeah.
.com/life.
106.7.
To profesor uniwersytecki ma na miejscu
All the way home I'll be warm.
affordable quality.
Okay, you get the idea. A lot of Christmas music because we're near Christmas. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so we'll go ahead and turn this off. Do final thoughts on the J-361WB. So, is it for you? Is it for me? Let's find out. So yeah, let's see. What do I like about it? Speaker audio is pretty good. I'll be honest with you. Playing MP3, Bluetooth, the FM sounds great on here. I like it. I like the fact that it has a headphone jack. Sometimes you want to conserve power, use a headphone jack, and you will. It's not a bad experience, definitely. The reading lamp I like. I like the SOS mode, probably because the siren sounds like a police car. It's amazing. I love it. I like the FM and weather reception. Rockin. I mean, medium wave's okay. AM broadcast band, it's not the best. I mean, if they need to work on that a little bit. We're going to talk about that in a second, though. Dual battery bay. Having the ability to run 2 AA batteries or an 18650, and the 18650 is replaceable. Hello. I mean, for $20, that's great right there. You got an emergency radio where you can change those things. Fantastic. So you take the batteries out and store the batteries separate and then put them in when you need to. I love that. You have a charge output. So the ability to charge a phone, which I think most emergency radios should have some ability to do that, right? It's easy to use, pretty self-explanatory. You could pick this up and probably go. The only thing it would take a while to figure out is how to charge a phone. I wish they'd put something right there, like say phone under the music icon. That'd be something to add. That's just something that I probably would have put in my want section, which is next. Just thought of it now. Decent cost, I like. So for $20, we're rocking. So yeah, let's go to the dislikes and wants. Well, I pretty much talked about the AM band. It needs to improve. Upper band reception, a little distorted on some of those stronger AM stations, as you heard. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst either. So it's still usable. You can still listen to it. And it's not going to hurt your ears. It's all right. Flush fitting micro SD card. That would be nice because then you could put your micro SD card in there. Say an 8 gig or 16 gig. Fill it up with a bunch of fun files. Maybe some recorded messages in an emergency. Maybe you want to share some information, some things that you might want to know or have. You can do some music files or recorded files. That's the way to do it. Store it and then sit flush, and you can have it water resistant too. But it does stick out, and it doesn't make it water resistant, and it makes it prone to breakage. So, you'd have to figure out a way to store that micro SD card in something else next to the radio or with the radio in a case. Something to think about, but that's one little gripe. And of course, less distortion on strong stations. Though, like I said, not all of them were affected, a few of them. So yeah, it's not a big deal there, but I had to bring that to attention. So overall, what do I think? It's a nice low-cost emergency radio with good power options. I love the speaker audio. I love the ability to change those batteries. That's a big deal. And everything else is functional. So you got your reading lamp, your light, a radio, all in one package under $20. Fantastic. I do give it a recommended buy. Definitely a good one. So if you like the channel, give a big like. Yeah, like this video, like the channel. You guys are the best. If you like Prunus Radios and want to see more, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of these videos. I review almost every one that comes out because they're affordable, easy to pick up, and most people are buying these. They're like the #1 seller on Amazon for radios. They got so many models. So yeah. And 3, comment down below what you think about the 361WB. Is it for you? All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next awesome video.